All of us at some point got a bit fed up with the whole thing, and it started off with the four of us, and then I think Kev left for a bit, and Les went to Germany, and then came back, and then we had another chap come in, who was a good friend of ours, who to this day, Brian Murphy, and Brian sort of replaced Les on the drums for a while, and then Les came back and became a percussion player. So I think there's some photographs of when Brian was with us as well. You know, he's a really good drummer, Brian, as well, and a good guy to have around. It's good fun. I remember having a meeting with the boys, with the lads in the band, and I remember saying, you know what, we had no chance of moving forward in the UK unless we literally dropped the Buster name completely and pretended it never even existed, and just don't even mention it. You know, it's sad when it comes to that, but that's what we had to do. Just it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, you didn't play any Buster songs when you became
alternative.
It was all new stuff.
Well, what happened is, so Buster effectively overnight became alternative radio, and there were some photographs and stuff I think still digging around where, you know, Pete, Rob, Kevin, Les.
There's a very famous one. We all sat around a table in the middle of what looks like a motorway.
It is a motorway.
It is a motorway
with a table having a drink. Yeah, it is. You know, that is a motorway. It took some fiddling around to
Is
get
that on the website?
I don't know. We'll soon find out. I think it might.
Yes,
be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is on Pulse website.
But that was, and of course you were able then as well to play gigs that would never have played as Buster. I remember you played Eric's. Well, it wasn't Eric's school, it was then Brady's.
We literally had to start again. It was like, well, that's gone now.
50p on the door.
Yeah, but it was gone, and it was demoralising to a point, because, you know, you think, well, you know, have you really got the stamina to sort of do it all over again? You know, it was difficult. One by one, people found other things. I mean, getting older, and I think Pete wanted to do more of his own type of music. And
I started. We've always been good friends, etc. Even though I went my way, Kev went his way. I just wanted to do more sort of a concept album, more of a rocky, Genesis-y type sort of avenue, you know.
Briefly, the alternative radio, and it was the lineup. There was yourself, there was Les, Kevin, and Dave Knowles entered another competition run by the big regional radio station in Liverpool,
funnily
Radio
enough,
City, and you won it.
Well, Kev, you know. And it was unusual for Kev. He said, I've entered us for this competition. And I said, what He goes, it's a Battle of the Bands, Radio City. I said, oh. And now that competition was only known, it was a rock competition. You used to have people like Ian Gillan and all these rock gods who used to judge. I said, well, we're not going to get anywhere in that.
Roy Wood was it?
Roy Wood, Noddy Holmes.
Well, there was Roy Wood, Noddy, Angie Bowie. We entered it. We did this competition. It was done, and he filled in the full. Anyway, we thought, well, we've got nothing to lose. So there was the line. Pete wasn't with us. Pete was doing, I think, the sound for us, isn't it? And so there was we were only a three-piece. Was Dave Knowles with us? Yeah. So anyway, we went on the Empire, and there were all these rock bands on. and then alternative radio come on playing, because we were still writing pop songs, you know, but raunchy pop songs.
Yeah.
Anyway, we won, you know, and I was absolutely. I was that convinced that we weren't going to win. I was helping the guys load the van when they were announcing the winner.
I had to tell you brought you on stage.
I think there's somewhere there's a video clip. I think a lot of the fans, a lot of the rock fans were booing because a pop band had won, and as I walk on, I sort of went like this or something to the audience, you know.
I can remember that, and in fairness, this is, again,
I was there.
Back to the experience you'd had. One of the judges, and I won't tell you which one it was, I said alternative radio had to be the winning band. They were the only band who knew how to perform on that kind of stage.
When you're alone in a foreign country, Tokyo drifting upward, outward, every day far away to your home. My best friend got a job in a foreign country. Hours long, but the money good. He lives on his own in a one-room bedsit. He'd come home if he only could. He said, I feel low and I think you know why. They can infiltrate, they can occupy your mind. I feel low and I think you know why. They can infiltrate, they can occupy your mind. You know what I mean?
I was just pleased to win, because for us it was like, you know, it was just, it proved to everybody that, you know, this little band Buster, which is still was in effect, could go on there with all these rock people and beat them, and we did.
Well, alternative radio continued throughout the 80s, right up to the present day. In fact, it's still continuing. But over the last 18 months, it has to be fair that I say that Buster has come back into the picture again. Obviously, 2007 was the 30th anniversary of the tour.
Well, it's all through the internet, really, isn't it, Pete? I mean, stuff was featured on. People have been putting stuff on YouTube, and then we managed to get stuff and put it up on our site. Well, in Japan they were great, because they really did. They always do things well. Doesn't matter what the Japanese do; they always do it well. Yeah. But you got all big posters and stuff, you know. I mean,
yeah,
you know. But it's great to still see. I mean, it's a bit disconcerting sometimes to see how old you are now compared to what you were then. But
comes to us all, Rob.
As Pete said, at least we've still got our hair.
Here's another one. And you won the gold disc for this one, Buster Live.
Yeah, that was
emphasising the Britishness, nice little Union.
Well, it was recorded in the UK on our first tour, and this was done in the Stroll Theatre, Newcastle, and Capitol Theatre, Horsham, and the Palace Theatre in London. And yeah, that was fun doing that. But, whenever I listen to this album, I always seem to think that we recorded it in Japan for some reason, but you know, I sort of forget that we did it in the UK.
It does give that impression. In fairness, it does. But I think that was recorded about, I think, 7 months before you went.
77, it was recorded.
I think it was about March 1977. The UK tour in 1977, and the final album, Diary, which is the Buster Best collection. Now that particular location still exists. It
does exist. In fact, there's a photo. I was at this location, which is just down the road, with a couple of friends from Japan who'd come over from Japan to watch a concert that Alternative Radio were playing at in the Pacific Road Art Centre, and they particularly wanted to find that doorway, which I'd never been to for 30 odd years. Anyway, Alan, my brother, he found it, and we went there. It was weird because all the graffiti that's on the surrounding archway is all still there. You know, it's just like going back in time.
Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure reliving your past.
Well,
I hope it hasn't been too painful.
No, it's been fantastic. Great. I think the only thing left to say is we just hope that the people, friends in Germany, Japan, wherever it is, they remember Buster, and in the UK, because we're going to bring out a compilation in the UK for those people that didn't hear the second and third albums, because of course they weren't released in the UK. That they listen to it and hopefully enjoy the tracks as much as we've enjoyed re-listening to them. You know, it's been fantastic.
Rob, thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. Thanks, mate.